Hello, everyone. It's me, Body Illusion. Hi. I cut my little show off short this morning. So I wanted to come on and I wanted to tell you what happened. Um, I had, as they do in the US, you have to get a referral from a physician to go see another physician, to see a specialist. So I got a referral. Okay. Which usually, when you get a referral, usually takes another 3, 4 months before you finally see a specialist. But so it goes. When they gave me this referral and they told me where it was located, um, they said it was just across the street from where they were. So it was just really easy to find it. So it was just across the street. So I was like, okay, cool. All right. You know, at least I know the direction I'm going. Physically, not mentally, but physically. So, but they called me a couple of days ago and said, make sure you get there about 15 minutes early because you're a new patient, blah, 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 fill out forms, dee, dee, da, dee, da, 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 da. And of course, he needs his toy. So, so I got there 15 minutes early, just like they asked me to the place they asked me to. And she says, no, 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 this is not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be at another place. So she gives me directions to another place. Now I'm not going to be 50 minutes early, but with my agoraphobia acting up, just, I don't know if you can hear that. that's that's a big pit bull playing with a toy. um, just getting in the car and turning on the key and driving down the road was a big deal. Now I'm getting out and they're telling me I'm wrong and I have to get in and I have to find directions and deal with cars and traffic and go to another place. So I did. It was challenging, very challenging. So I get there. Now I'm not late for my appointment, but late for my filling out forms. So I get there and they said, you're in the wrong place again. So you get in your car and you go around the block and you go, blah, 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 give me another direction. And they give me directions in their lingo. Yeah, it's 420. It's not here, it's 420. What does 420 mean? What does 420 mean? Explain that to me. What is a 420? Stuff like that. So I had to keep my brain focused on what they were saying because I'm doing this. I've gone this far. Keep going. And finally I make it. Again, three, three different times. I tell you three is my number. So I get there finally at the correct place. And I'm like 2 minutes late for the appointment, much less for filling out the forms and stuff. They tell me, I'm sorry, you're late. We're going to have to reschedule. I'm like, do you realize in the back? I'm not telling them, but I'm thinking in my head, do you realize how much it took for me to do this? Now I'm wearing a mask because tears are flowing. And thank goodness for the disposable mask it catches them, it catches them, so they're not running down your face and you look stupid. They just, they stop there at the mask, and so and it keeps my face from my mouth from them seeing, the anxiety coming out. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to them as clear as possible, and they're saying we have to reschedule. And that first thing that comes out of my mouth is, "You mean you're going to make me come back again?" That's all I could think of was I worked so hard to get here, and it took everything I had to get here, to be here. And you're going to reschedule me and make me do this again? The only positive, and I'm going to take this as a positive, I know where it is now. I know where it is now. So I do today. Now, when the appointment happens, I may not. But I put it in my phone, complete address, phone number, everything, just in case. Just in case I had to call him and say, "Hello, where are you again?" So they rescheduled me. And she says, "Okay," the scheduler lady, she comes over and she says, "Can you come in at blah 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 at blah blah blah?" And I said, "I sure will try." And I meant that. I sure will try. And she laughed. She laughed. And I thought, I understand where you're coming from, but you don't understand where I'm coming from. But that's okay. I'm not going to take it as an insult. You know, if you want, if it put a smile on your face, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, by this time, I'm ready to explode. I've I've driven and I've driven and I've hunted 3 different parking spots and parked, walked into places, complete strangers, and then had to go back out and search for my car. That is a challenge in itself because I it escapes me where I park. I have to have landmarks around me, or I can't find my car. That's that's just who I am. It's just who I am. So I did this, and it was very challenging. Very challenging. Um, I almost called up support from the village and let them know what was going on. But I thought, what can they do? Say, "I'm sorry." You know, they have their own things, and still, I still haven't made it home yet. I still haven't got in the security of my own home yet. you know. So I was thinking this was going to be nice and easy. Just go to do this appointment and console and blah 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 and walk out, and simple and piece of cake. And of course, life, life for body illusion doesn't do that. So tears are running down my face, but I get into my car. Now I'm in the safety of my car. I found my car. And I kept thinking, just hang on until you get to your car. Then you can be yourself. And I fell completely apart. Fell completely apart. I was tested in ways I didn't expect, but it's not surprising. This is life. It's life. So I was tested in a lot of ways that I didn't expect. So I fell apart. I just sat there and fell apart. Just pulled the cork out and just bleh, all over the place. And I went, okay. Now you can put the cork back in and you can do some more. And as I was saying, I thought it was going to be really simple. Just go, console, and then move on my merry way. So I had this, I have this clock. It's an antique clock, a pendulum clock, and it needed a little bit of work. So I had gone through online and Yelp and all those blah, 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 all those things to find a place. And it happened to be nearby the first place that I thought I was supposed to be going to. But I'm like, okay, you're already out. You're already falling apart. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Because once you get home, you're gonna fall apart and you're not gonna get back out there. So I went to this repair shop and I got a lot of there's I don't do that. We don't do that here. Okay. Do you have any recommendations? Well, we knew this man at one time that, and there's a man over on, but I don't know if he's still there. I don't remember his name or the name of the company. And I was getting a lot of that kind of stuff. And it was about 15, 20 minutes of that, where basically we got nowhere fast. And I'm just at my wits' end. My wits' end. A lovely couple came in and they were very sweet. They were very kind. They said, "Oh, that's a beautiful clock, blah, blah, blah." So they helped me come back down to earth without them knowing that. Just being nice, you know. As I was leaving, the gentleman was very sweet. He even opened the door for me and told me to have a wonderful day and all that stuff. But I sat there and listened to these people talk for 15, 20 minutes about this person used to and this person may still. And I know there's a guy over on, but I don't know his name or the company. And this guy works at home. So, but I don't know if he still does it. He did it years ago. And blah, it was a lot of nowhere fast. I got nowhere fast. So I packed up my clock and I put it back in the car. And I went, you know what? You did it. You did it. You fell apart. I fell apart again in the parking lot of the repair place. I fell apart at there too. You know, it's something about the seclusion of a car. Like nobody can see you, but I mean, there's windows all around. Everybody can see you, but it's something about the seclusion of a car makes you feel more secure. So, yeah, they're telling me about winter storms coming. So that's the reason everything keeps hitting. Um, but I did it. I did it. I made four stops, three for one particular incident that needed to be done, and one because as long as I've been here, this clock has been um, not being able to be used, and it's an antique clock, and it needs love. It needs love, and so I forced myself to do all of these things. It wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It definitely wasn't what I had planned. but that's the way life is. It never is what you planned. But the reason I came to you and brought this story to you is because I did it. I did it. It was painful. It was um, at a point, at some points, it was agonizing, but I did it. I made it home. I made it safe. The car is parked safely. I'm safely in my home. I'm standing here. I'm sitting here looking at bridge with you. The point of the story is I did it. It took a lot. I was way out of my comfort zone, but I did it. The reason I'm telling this story is because what your comfort zone is wonderful, but every once in a while, life takes you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. It doesn't let you stay there. Sometimes things are thrown at you that you didn't expect, and you still have to move forward. I didn't let it stop me. And I wanted you to know that, so you know and you understand that your comfort zone feels good. Well, it feels safest. It doesn't feel good. It feels safest. But taking those little steps out into the world is possible. I hope for you that it runs a little smoother than it did for me, but it is possible. And you being stronger and just a little bit outside your comfort zone, even if it's just going outside to your car, just little things, uh, can make a big difference. Can make a big difference. Like what I did today, it was, as I said, it was a roller coaster. But I'm home. I'm in my surroundings, and I feel, even though I didn't get anything done, I feel accomplished that I did it and I made it through and I came out the other side. Oh, I didn't tell you. They even rescheduled me. So, when they rescheduled me and she giggled, my brain was on tilt. It didn't hear what she was saying. It was wah, 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 basically. So I got home to put it in my phone because that's my brain. That's my brain. And it happened to be the same day as Echo's birthday at the same time. So to put it all together, I had to call them up and reschedule again. So now I have to get on the phone, which I am not good at. I don't like the phone. I Talking on the phone is one of my triggers. But I did it. I did it. I called it and I rescheduled and I did it right then and there while I was still in the sky, you know, because I thought, don't come down and then go back up again, come down all at once. So I did it right away. I rescheduled it. It is scheduled correctly. And um, for that and all the steps I took in this little short time, um, it took a lot. It took a lot. But the reason I'm telling you the story is you can do it. You can do it. It is possible. May be uncomfortable. It may be triggering. It may be, but it's possible. It is possible. You know how far you can take yourself. You know you better than anybody else. I wanted, that's the reason I wanted to tell this story. That I pushed through it. It wasn't fun. It, none of it was fun. But I put on a plastic face and kept smiling. And if I didn't have plastic face, I did have mask, you know, um, to hide behind. Let's just be honest, hide behind. Uh, but the reason I'm telling this story again is that you can do it too. You don't have to do as much as I did, but it takes little steps, and your comfort zone is wonderful and it's secure, but sometimes you have to step outside of it. You have to test yourself. Uh, if you're not testing yourself, you will stay in your comfort zone. You will, you know. Um, when I first started talking, what was it, 3, 4 months ago? I couldn't even go outside in public, in my backyard during the day. I couldn't do that. If I pulled weeds in my backyard, or if I went in my front yard, I had to wait till it's dark 30 and went out with a flashlight. That's, just to make sure nobody was around me. Nobody questioned me. Nobody talked to me. No neighbors came in high and trying to be nice, and I could, you know. So in this time, I have made it this far, and I have faith in you that you can do just little steps to get stronger every day. And that's the reason I'm telling the story. Okay. I love you. You're beautiful. You are very, very important to me. Or I wouldn't tell you this story because I want you to understand that that hole that your brain has put you in doesn't have to be there. It'll give it time. Give yourself grace. Give you time, self grace. Give you time for the understanding of yourself. You know what you can do. Okay. I love you, and you're very important to me. You're very important to me, to every second of my life. Like I said, when I was falling apart, I was going to reach out to support in the village because I knew there would be. But I went, nope, do it yourself. Be your strong, be who you are. Do what you can do. If it gets to be too much, they're there. But keep moving. Take one step and put in front of the other and keep moving. And I did. And I made it here to tell you the story. I don't know why they keep. You'll know. I hope I don't get. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now you know my ringtone. So I want you to know I care about you. I love you. And you are stronger than you think you are. Okay? And I want you today to make it as beautiful as you can and just take one step at a time and try to make today better than yesterday. And I love you all. You're beautiful. You have a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon.